guys, welcome to another live session for Earthworks Hub. I'm glad to be here. It is the 2nd of June 2024, another one of the Sunday night sessions. I appreciate you all joining me on here. So obviously this 8 o'clock session is working, so there's a lot of people on, and I appreciate you all being here. We've got Holland Earthworks, Earthforce Excavations, Vern Excavations, Mitchell Morgan, how you going? Got a fair few people on here. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. Who else is on there? Welsh Industries. And then we've got on TikTok a whole bunch of people. We've got Ash Ratray, Bean, Taylor Hicks, Alien, Hardy. But there's heaps of people. Hey. So thank you. I won't get a chance to name everyone. Love the likes. Cody's on. Thank you, Cody, for joining. He joins me regularly during the day live sessions. So thank you once again. All right, so I'll make a start. A shout out to all my sponsors. So the Bole Group, if you ever need any concreting, make sure you use these guys. Network Finance for any machinery or truck finance. Melbourne Tractors and Spartan Machinery for any earth moving equipment. Nexgen Landscapes if you want any landscaping or earthworks work, I suppose, done for you. And JR Safety Co if you need any risk assessments. So thank you, Cody, telling me I'm a wonderful host. I like that. Thank you. If anyone here is interested in becoming a sponsor or a partner or affiliate or something like that, hit me up, let me know, and we can have a bit of a chat. If anyone wants to be a guest on the show, also let me know. Or if you want me to talk about a certain topic or interview a certain person, let me know as well, and I'll see what I can do for you. Same thing, if you want me to review a certain product or a machine, also let me know. I'll do it to the best of my ability. Project updates, as usual, I'll go quickly through what I've been doing. So, people have got questions already. Give me 1 sec. So we've got the plumbing company. Thank you for joining us. I will talk about that in a second. Secondhand excavator buckets, hang on. Secondhand excavator buckets. Let me write it down because I have a bit of a program. So I'll follow the program and then I'll head up. So what I'll do, I'll talk about my week, talk about my projects, I'll talk about a topic, and then I open it up to everyone. So if you haven't been on before, that's the sort of process I'll try and follow. And someone told me I keep playing with this pen, and I'm doing it again. I have this little fidget thing that I do. I keep playing with pens while I'm talking. If it gets annoying, let me know. If I keep doing it, let me know, because I just do it automatically. I should put it down. I'll put it down, and I promise I won't touch it again. We've got Nate the Digger, mate. Thank you very much for joining. All right, so projects, the basement project, which a lot of people have been following me during the week. I do a lot of live sessions while I'm working there. I've been sitting in a Case CX145, one of my customers' machines. And that basement job, we are at the stage of doing all the rest of the plumbing in the house section of the basement. So we've done all the sewer. Now we're starting to do all the stormwater. However, we're finding that the stormwater has to be deeper than the sewer. So what's happening is I'm actually trying to dig through and under all the existing sewer pipes now. So it's a bit of a pain because usually the sewer's deeper and we don't have to. Big dog, thank you for joining. Yeah, so usually you just dig over the sewer. However, the sewer this time has ended up being higher than the stormwater. So we're sort of going to cut through all the pipes that we've done already. Which makes it a bit more tough, and being such tough material, which everyone has seen me using the ripper, the tiger teeth, constantly trying to change between those two to rip through this shaly clay. Yeah, it's been very, very tough going. So we don't get to achieve as much as we want to. I should have been in and out of that job a long time ago, but we're still there. So hopefully not much longer left on there. Yeah, should we have done the stormwater first? Kane is asking the question. Yeah, you're probably right, man. We if we're looking back, even the plumbers did say that we probably should have looked at it, but we didn't expect it to be like that. We expected the sewer to be deeper, and it's not one of Marco's. It's a separate one. So so that's job there. We've got a bit more plumbing to do, and then I've got to start digging out the rest of that ramp. So the ramp needs to be cut down a little bit, and then I've got to actually cut it back a little bit so the retaining wall can go in, and then clean out all the footing trenches that I dug earlier, because now they've been filled up with all the material from the plumbing, and then cut it all back down to the level, get it all flat, and then that'll be it. So we'll be out of there. And then I think I've got a little bit of pool work to do in there. So where the pool is, I've got to backfill around it once they shotcrete and do stuff. So still a bit to go there. It's one of those jobs that it's one of those big mansions with basements and that. So with those sort of jobs, you don't really have a set time frame because there's just so many little things that come up. So anyway, that's the basement one. So you've seen that, and a lot of guys are joining me during the week. So I'll be there this week. If you want, make sure you check out, especially on TikTok mainly. So mainly I run that on, mainly I'll do live sessions there on TikTok. So go there and you will see me working and you can talk. I actually really enjoy those sessions because doing a live during the day, it makes my day go quicker. People ask questions, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And I actually, a couple of people have been really good. They've been recommending, why don't you try the bucket backwards? Why don't you try this? And it's actually not bad. It's good. It's good. It's good having so many people come on and watch during the week. Project Spalding, the roof is on. So hopefully you've seen my posts during the week. All the roof is done now on that factory. Complete, except for 2 whirly birds have to be installed. So I'm going to put some whirly birds in. So the roof is going to come back for that. But the roof is on. All the steel work's done. Panels are up. Now we're going to start doing the external plumbing. And some electrical work for the gates and NBN. And then we can start digging out all the front section to do the car park and the driveway. So there's a bit to go on in the next few weeks. And then I've got a chippy coming in to start doing all the timber or start building the office area. And I've got the windows on order and the roller door. So things are happening there. Things are happening. So there should be a factory in a few months, hopefully. So also during the week, I released a new podcast. So I interviewed Ant from Digger. So hopefully everyone got a chance to see that. If you haven't, make sure you go to my YouTube channel or Spotify or Apple and watch that interview with Ant. That is a really, really good interview. He was so easy to interview and came up with a lot of good stuff that will help everyone. So Digger, if you don't know, Digger mainly, their main selling product is augers and drills. So most of us in this industry will know about Digger. And there's a couple of interesting facts there. I thought Digger was just Australian, but they're massive. They're all around the world. So they've become really, really big. And they do a lot more than just augers. So we assume that they do that mainly, but they do all sorts of attachments and stuff. He was saying that I think there's over 70 different types of attachments that they offer. So Digger, make sure you go and check out that podcast. I've got a couple of really good ones to release next week, so keep an eye out. I've got a couple of really, really good ones there. I won't let anything out of the bag yet, but yeah, keep an eye out, guys. Let me have a bit of a top up here. I gotta lubricate the throat there. How's that? So yeah, make sure you do join me on my live sessions during the day, and then you will see how my projects are going, and that's it. Somebody's asking why I have 2 mics. The reason for that is I have one for the Instagram camera and one for the TikTok camera. So for some reason, I can't join them both on the one audio interface. There might be a way to do it, but I don't know how to work it out. I've been trying. So I've just got one hooked up to one phone and one hooked up to the other. And that's right, yeah. Oh, thank you for the likes. I'm getting likes, getting roses, getting gifts. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. So that's why I've got the 2 mics. Once I work out how to have them all connected to the one interface, I'll be happy. It'll be better, heaps better. But for now, it works. So hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so I really can't wait to get to my topic, and then that way I can get it out of the way and you guys can start asking questions. But this topic is very interesting, and it's got a big effect on me. So I can't wait to sort of talk about it, and I'm going to open up to all you guys as well. So while I'm talking about this topic and what's happening, also think about things from your perspective, and I'm happy to hear your opinions on whether it will work or whether it won't work, and so forth. But my topic today is: can I run an excavation business without any equipment or employees? So can I actually run the business without any of my own equipment that I own, or like on lease or whatever, or and any employees. 1-800 yours saying yes. The reason I say that is because, and I'll run you through a bit of a journey. So I'll run you through my journey. So my journey was, I started initially with an SK210 Cabalco 20 tonner, and thought, you know what, I'll put an operator in there while I'm still working at my day job, and I'll just get it going. Then I soon realized that it's not as easy as I thought. I need to be in the industry. I can't be doing something different. I need to be in the industry. And then in the end, I went through a lot of operators and then just ended up going in and jumping in on that machine myself. Once I got into the industry, I started to learn that, you know what, I can make some more money on this if I put a few people on, if I start, getting a variety of work, diversifying into residential, commercial. So I started buying machines, putting more people on. So I went through these different stages. So this is over 12 years, yeah? So over the 12 years, I've had numerous employees, started buying secondhand machines. Then I started upgrading and getting new machines and, growing the business. Did some demolition, did residential work, subdivisions, started doing landscaping, streetscapes, asbestos removal, doing telecommunications work. So I've done everything that you can think of. So I've tried all the aspects of earth moving and excavation, with different machines ranging from the 1.7 all the way to 20 tonner, 22 ton, whatever it was. All tip trucks, tray trucks. I bought all sorts of equipment, hammers, did asbestos training for myself and my workers. And like I said, did a lot of telecommunications and that. So I did all that. Then I started deciding I want to start downsizing. So I started scaling down. So then, I started scaling down. As employees were leaving, I'd sell machines, sell trucks. As machines were starting to get too troublesome, I'd start getting rid of them. And then started downsizing. And I've come all the way to that stage now where I have just myself and one 5-ton machine. So I got rid of everything else, just myself and the 5-tonner now. And in between that, I started managing projects for other people, doing combo work, just having myself with a couple of machines. And I've come to this point where now I've just got myself and the 5-tonner, and I do some days with the 5-tonner, some days I've been jumping on and freelancing or jumping on other people's machines. So operating for friends that have got machines that need an operator for a day or two, managing little projects for people. I've been quoting jobs for myself and then just renting machines. And I feel like it's working. I feel like I've found that I can do that. So now I think I've come to that point where I'm deciding whether to sell the 5-tonner and have no equipment. So I don't have to worry about having that 5-tonner at all. And the reason I say that is because I feel like while I've got that 5-ton machine, I feel like I need to keep finding work for that. I can't have this machine that I'm paying for that's just sitting there and needs to keep working. So I'm tying myself into just working on that machine. And then since building Earthworks Hub, I'm doing like machine reviews on machines and products, and I'm trying to make content on different projects. I feel like I can't be tied down into that one machine. So, and I've had a bit of a taste now that I'm, freelancing and working on other people's machines. And then while I'm doing that, I'm having a chance to review those machines and offer you guys more content. So it's sort of made me start thinking hang on, do I really need my 5-tonner then? Maybe I don't really need it. Just get rid of it. If I need a 5-tonner for a job, I'll either subcontract somebody in that has one. So I'm giving work out to people in the industry because it is tough at the moment. So if I can find a job where I can subcontract someone in, then I'm going to actually offer some people work. Or worst case, I can just rent one for that job and sort of price it into the job and then finish and hand it back. So I've come to that point where, yes, I've decided I'm going to sell my 5-tonner now. It kills me a little bit because I think, am I going backwards? I don't know. I start to wonder, am I going backwards? Am I failing the business? You know what I mean? Have I done something wrong that is making me sell all this stuff and not want it? But it's not. I think what it is I've now discovered Earthworks Hub. I want to start doing more podcasting. I need to free up a little bit more time so I can do more podcasts. Because while I'm working and operating, trying to keep cash flow, I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities. Like heaps of people want to do podcasts during the day, but I'm at work all the time. And then after hours, then I've got soccer, then they've got things to do. So we can never really catch up. And I've got these group sessions I want to do where we're talking with a few people at once, and I've got other content I want to do, and it's very hard when I'm just trying to find work for these 5-tonner, trying to keep things floating while that's happening. So that's what brings me to that point. So I've decided I'm going to get rid of the machine. I'm going to do freelance operating, so I'll be able to go and help people out when they need someone for a day or two. So I don't want to be like full time for someone. I want to be just on call when you need me. I want to be able to quote projects. So if I get a full project, I'll just subby people in or rent machines. That's it. And that'll give me a variety of machines to work on, a variety of different jobs. So I might be in the roller, I might be on the excavator, I might be in the posi track. You know what I mean? So it mixes it up a little bit for me. So I'm not just stuck in my 5. And then I can give you guys better content as well. So hopefully that makes sense. And I really want to hear what people think. You know, do you reckon that it's possible? Do you reckon I can do that? And what I'm thinking is, like, the money that I get for my machine will give me enough funds to keep me going. You know what I mean? Until and give me a chance to have a few days off in the week to try and do these podcasts and do more content for you guys, and to advertise my website. So I don't have to worry about being in that machine, like in my own machine every day. So it'd be very interesting. I'll open it up to you guys as well. Tell me what you guys think. Has anybody else, Benji boy, hey brother, has anybody else done that? Is anybody else operating with their excavation business with no operators and no machines? Because I'd be interested to know how you're finding it. Is it working? Is it possible? And what makes me positive about it is that I do see, like, a lot of these big civil companies, they don't have their own machines. They just win the work, and then they just subcontract a lot of us guys in with our machines. Or they'll get, a couple of laborers in, hire machines, and do that. So I think it has to work. Thank you very much, Ben, your boy. And Retro, thank you, Retro, for joining. So we've got Robcon, Precision Plant, Earth, Coastal Civil, Ground Level Media. There's a whole bunch of people here. Elite Lifting, DRM Excavations, Retro, Benji Boy, so the plumbing company. So yeah, we've got a fair few people on. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my plan for this next financial year, I suppose. Yeah, I do remember you, man. So I do want to get rid of that machine, not have a machine to worry about, because I do at the moment. I think, how am I going to get that from one job to the other? It's going to sit on this job, and then after that, it's going to sit there. What if I go and start operating for a few days for someone, and then that builder calls me and says, I can't have that machine here anymore. Where am I going to put it? Now that I'm building my factory, where am I going to leave that? So yeah, it would be interesting to hear your thoughts, people. So do you think it's possible to run an excavation business without your own equipment and your own employees? So yeah, I'll leave that to you guys. I will let you think about that and give me some points. Keen to hear on that. That is the plan. So it's like I was saying, I feel sometimes like it's a good decision and a bad decision. I don't know, but let's see. I'm going to experiment with it. Worst case, I can always just buy another machine later on in the future and just go back to working again on one machine. But I want to try this, and that'll give me a lot more freedom to actually work on Earthworks Hub. All right, so that's the topic for today. If you have something you want me to talk about, let me know. Let's go for it. I'm opening up to you guys now. Somebody asked a question earlier. I'm just going to scroll back. Thank you for your gifts as well, guys, in between, and your likes. Somebody asked a question about machinery. What was it again? Oh, where is the best place to buy second-hand excavator buckets? So that was a question from the plumbing company. To buy second-hand buckets, one, I would start with Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, one of those sort of online, online shops, eBay, somewhere like that. Second, I would look at construction sales or machines for you or whatever it's called. One of those, one of those construction sites. The other one I would look at is Truck and Earth. So that's a new sales business, online business. You can go and look up things for sale. So go onto there. There's a lot of places, man. On Facebook, you've got a lot of groups for used equipment for sale. So make sure you look into that. Then you've got a range of places that sell buckets, but they usually advertise on Gumtree or somewhere like that, or on construction sales. So that's where I would go if I was looking for that. The other thing you could do is ask around, man, when you're on site. If you're already working on site, definitely go and speak to the guys on site and see if they're selling. A lot of guys have buckets and that they're selling. It's Dan is asking, can you send me a catalog? I don't have a catalog. I don't know what you mean, but if you go to earthworkshub.com.au, I reckon you can find what you're looking for there. Hang on a second. So think about it, is asking how often do you need to change the tracks or tires? It depends. So my rubber tracks, I have changed, like when I was doing streetscapes, so doing a lot of landscaping in new subdivisions, so doing all the footpaths, nature strips, putting in trees and bollards. Because I was tracking on the road a lot, I had to change within a year or two. I had to change tracks because they'd get so worn out spinning on the road. So you're on bitumen and concrete all the time. Cooper, how you going? So I would say it depends on what you do. Also, when I had rubber pads, like on my 14 tonner, if we did a lot of jobs where we had a lot of rock in the ground, or they asked us to try and like sort rocks and stuff or dig out rock material, we were tracking on rocks. It was ripping up those the rubber pads very quickly. So that's where I say sometimes they wear out a bit quicker. If you're just on dirt, you can last a fair few years. Like on my 5-tonner itself, I've never changed them, and I've had that since 2019, and they're still the original tracks. So 2019, 2,700 hours, and I still haven't changed them because I've just mainly been on dirt. It's only when I was doing streetscapes recently that they started wearing out quicker. So yeah, man. A&M Excavation's got a good question, but Holland jumped in first. Give me 1 sec. Holland Earthworks is saying, I reckon it's good. Frees up a lot more time to focus on projects and where you want the business to go. Also provides more opportunity in areas you aren't familiar with without having the pressure of keeping your gear going. That is exactly right, Holland. That's what made me, he's talking about basically my topic earlier, where I was saying, can I still run my business without any machinery and equipment? And you're right, what I feel like is I'm taking a bit of pressure off to keep that machine going, and it'll give me time to actually quote jobs or manage jobs for other people without worrying about my own gear. Because while I've still got that, I'm thinking in my head, I've got to keep that thing going. It has to keep going. It has to pay itself off. You've got to keep it going. So that's where I feel like by selling everything, it'll free me up and give me some more time. And then look, some people argue that quota jobs, you'll earn more money than you will on hourly jobs. Like, some people say never get yourself on an hourly job. But you have to sometimes. I suppose you can't always quote jobs. But what I find is that, while I'm working hourly, I don't have time to go and quote other jobs, and I don't have time to maybe sit down. So like I might get a job that I quote, and it might take me 3 weeks to do the job, and then I've got 2 weeks off to relax a little bit and start looking for the next one. Whereas where I'm working on hourly jobs, I'm on the machine, on that job, 8 hours a day, every day, just go, 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 go. By the time you get home, you haven't got energy to go and start quoting jobs, and then you're stuck on that hourly job until you finish it. And then by the time you finish it, those quota jobs are gone. So I think the reasoning behind me selling all the equipment is exactly what you're saying, Holland, to give myself more time to quote the better jobs and be a bit more selective without the pressure of thinking, I've got to get my machine going. Like it can't just sit there, So I reckon you're right. That's exactly what I agree with that. A&M Excavation Group is asking, looking to buy a 15-tonner, what brand do you recommend? Well, you've got a few choices there. Spartan Machinery has just bought out a 13.5-ton machine, which is about 14-ton working weight, whatever you want to call it. So it's actually probably more like a 14 or 15. I haven't seen that. I'm going to be reviewing that machine very shortly, so keep an eye out for that. But existing brands, you've got Kobelco SK135s, you've got the Case CX145, and you'll see me working on that and a couple of things I've done with that recently. During the week as well, if you join me on my TikTok lives, you'll see me working on that. So that, I would say the Case CX145, which is really a Sumitomo, would be really up there, and the Kobelco at the moment, the SK135, I would recommend. Tony Soprano is saying anything Japanese. Yeah, I reckon. Look, I reckon Kobelco are really good. People say the Cat 315s are not a good, the new Nexgens, but I haven't used one, so I can't really give you a good opinion on that. But I know that Kobelco is a good all rounder, cost effective. I think they've gone away from the AdBlue now as well, so you don't have to worry about AdBlue and all that. Which is, I had a Case I had a Kobelco 14, but it had the blue AdBlue on it, and I hated it because I had to get a separate tank, constantly fill it. And when we had the AdBlue shortage, we couldn't work a lot of times, so I didn't like that. But apparently since then they've stepped away from AdBlue, which is a lot better. So yeah, the Komatsu PC 1 through 8 pretty good as well. So I reckon that's another one. They are a lot slower in slewing and moving and that, but still a good machine, man. Komatsu's been around for a long time. Think About It is asking, what is AdBlue? AdBlue is it's called urea, which is just like it's a liquid. And correct me, guys, if I'm getting this wrong. It's an additive that you put into your like a separate tank that gets fed into the engine to try and combat some of the pollution in that machine that it releases, to reduce the amount of gases that machine releases. So it's another additive you need to add to your machine apart from diesel. So, and then apparently it mixes in the motor with the diesel and cools it down and does, I don't know, all this other stuff. That's in a lot of the new trucks and machines have AdBlue. And what it means is that apart from having a diesel tank on your utes, then you need to also get an AdBlue tank. And an AdBlue is corrosive, so you need to get a special plastic tank and have a separate tank to the diesel and fill that up as well. So not only are you having the cost of diesel in your machine, then you've got to add in the cost of AdBlue, and then there's a lot more maintenance and stuff involved. Oh, sorry, Jason Grimer saying it's not in the engine, it goes in the exhaust. There you go. So yeah, it's something to do with combating pollution. A lot of companies went that way to try and get their machines compliant and get them to a certain rating. But now a lot of them are starting to back off because they've realized there's a lot of issues and stuff. Like one of my cars had AdBlue, and we constantly had issues with it, and especially like it had a temperature, like a little heating element in the AdBlue. So because it was a European car, it's used to having below zero temperature. So they have like a heating element to stop the AdBlue from freezing inside. And then that heating element, because we're in Australia, it hardly gets used. It seizes, and then you keep getting these error codes in your car, and they're just a pain, man. And then you got to constantly keep filling up the AdBlue. So I'm glad a lot of companies are stepping away from that. Look what I found, guys, that pen again. I'm putting it down. I promise I'm not touching that pen again. So yeah, there you go. So, and it doesn't use the same amount as diesel. It's definitely a lot less. So percentage wise, it'll use a lot less than diesel, but it just slowly sort of drip feeds itself into the exhaust. So yeah, I don't really like the AdBlue. Thank you for joining EMBE Hire. We got Jack Healy, Marty Matenga, On Grade Civil. We've got a fair few people on here. Holland, thank you for your question earlier as well. Jason Grimer, thank you so much for your input about the AdBlue, and good question there. Think about it. And look, going back to which machines are the best, in any field, we shouldn't discount these Chinese machines. I reckon there's a big market, and they're starting to come in. They're creeping in, man. There's more and more Chinese machines coming in. Like I said, I went to Diesel Dirt and Turf in Sydney, and there were heaps of these little Chinese stall holders, and they were selling parts and equipment. Like look at XCMG, Doosan. You got UHI, whatever they're called. And then you've got Spartan, and there's heaps of them, man. Lugong. There's a lot of Chinese machines coming in the market, man. So they're starting to creep in, and a lot of these Japanese machines, or that we think are Japanese, are starting to use a lot of Chinese products in there. And then a lot of these Chinese machines are actually using like Kubota engines and Yanmar engines and that. So they're all like starting to integrate. So yeah, we won't be able to discount the Chinese machines anymore. Like I said on another live, you look at Hyundai's and Kia cars and all that. Like everyone used to bag them initially. Now they've like taken over, and they've got just as good technology on them as other cars. So yeah, I think that'll start happening in the machine world. Nick Kent is asking my favorite excavator. Oof. My favorite excavator. You know what? I think my favorite excavator is a Case CX145 with an offset boom, rubber pads. I have rented one a couple of times when I had to do a few basements, and that was to me like the ultimate machine. It gave me the ability to be almost like a 5 tonner, so I could dig around and sit in a basement in tight little spots, especially with the offset boom. But it was powerful enough to load trucks and bulk them out and still work and do bulky stuff. So I don't know. I reckon that was one of my favorites. But I am biased because I've only used a certain number of those machines. You know what I mean? So I haven't used like the whole range of different ones. So maybe if I jumped in a Cat or something different or Hitachi, maybe I'd have a different opinion. But from what I've used, I reckon that's one of my favorites. Jared Grasso is saying he operated a 5 ton Hyundai and it was the biggest piece of trash. There you go. Yeah, Hyundai machine. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe not all of them are up to the best standards, but yeah, Hyundai. I don't know. I haven't heard all the best results on their machines. Their cars are all right, but maybe their machines aren't the best. However, I think the Hyundai is based on another machine, isn't it? I'm not sure. Um, yeah, but that's very good feedback there. I'll tell you what, this is going down well tonight. Sunday night, getting ready for this week. Melbourne's been a little bit crappy. We've had some rain, not heaps of rain, not enough to make it that you can't work, but just enough to make the sites messy and uncomfortable to work. But it's freezing. We've got icy cold weather. I'll tell you what. I don't know what the rest of the other states are like, but Melbourne is freezing. Jared Grasso saying his favorite machine was a 15-ton Komatsu. Could stop on a dime. Yeah, they are. The 15. Look, the Komatsus are good. I had a PC 78, so the 8-ton one. It was very, very slow. Something was really wrong with that machine. I had the pumps tested and everything, but didn't. For some reason, it just didn't perform well. So it sort of put me off the Komatsus. But I did sit in a PC 55 recently. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see I did a bit of a comparison with the PC 55 against my Kubota U55, and the Komatsu impressed me. It was all right, just a little bit maybe underpowered. But what I found was that maybe that would make me slow down and enjoy the work more. Whereas the Kubota was really quick, so I'd be bouncing around trying to smash the jobs out, but I'd go home with a sore back. Whereas if I sat in that Komatsu, I'd be a bit more comfortable. So 1-800 URL is saying a Case and Sumitomo are the best. So yeah, they're agreeing that the Case and Sumitomo are good. They are, in my opinion, they are good. Like I said, my sponsors are Melbourne Tractors and Spartan, so I've got to be supposed to be pushing their machines. But I'll be honest, man, I liked my SK135. I felt a little bit sometimes like it was underpowered, but I did have a tilting hitch on there. Maybe that sort of slowed it down a bit, made it a bit more bouncy. I did like it was a little bit unstable sometimes. But overall, it was a good machine too. But the Case, for some reason, every time I sit in the Case, I feel like it just works. It does what I need it to do. So yeah, for the moment, the Case CX145 would be one of the ones that I prefer. Hopefully, people from Case are listening. Waikato Digger is saying Hitachi for him. He's saying no, they're the same as Hyundai. There you go. So yeah, look, everyone's got their opinions on different machines. It depends on what you've worked on, and what you like, and what you're doing, what the job entails. While people are still, oh, hang on, Jared saying he hates that the cat have gone to electric over hydraulic. Yeah, I don't know. Electric over hydraulic. I had a cat posi track, a 239D. I can't remember if that was. I think that was electric over hydraulic, and I found it good. It was a lot more sensitive, easier to sort of maneuver. Like I remember sitting in other machines, and then after seeing in another posi track, jumping back into my cat one, I felt like I got in, and it was just so easy, like smooth. The controls were very sensitive. I just have to slightly move them, and it will start moving the way I want it to. So I don't know. Maybe I just got used to those controls. Limborn Earth Moving, thanks for joining. JPG as well. Lachlan Blakey, CJB Excavations. We've got a fair few people here. Thank you. So I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing they went to that, and it just takes time to get used to it. I'm not sure. While people are still writing their topics and questions, I'll just give you all a reminder. Make sure if you want to support Earthworks Hub and show off some nice clothing, Earthworks Hub merch is available. Go to earthworkshub.com.au and order yourself. You've got t-shirts, you've got hoodies, and there will be some other stuff coming up very shortly. Still working on that. Yeah, that's earthworkshub.com.au. And also make sure that if you need to hire someone in the earthworks field or anything in the construction industry, go to earthworkshub.com.au and you will find a whole list of people or a whole list of trades and services and that can help you with what you need. And if you have a business within the construction industry or earthworks, go to earthworkshub.com.au and you can add your business there. So list your business on the site so people can search it up and find you when they need something. So why not advertise yourself, especially in these tough times? Any type of advertising you do could be helpful. So make sure, guys are telling me they're getting work out of it. So make sure that you do put yourself on that list as well. So go on there, earthworkshub.com.au, register yourself. So sign up. Sometimes the password stuffs around a little bit. So if it freezes or it doesn't let you log in, just select change password and then change it to your own password, and then it should let you in. So once you're in, register, and don't just register. Some people have just registered and they thought that's it. You've actually then got to click on add listing and start putting all your business details in so people can see what you do. So write down all the things that you do, pick the categories that you operate in. So are you a tree lopping business? Do you remove trees? Do you do landscaping? Do you do retaining walls? Click on the categories that that your trade is in, so people can click on that category and you'll pop up. So, and that's Australia wide. Yeah, make sure that you do it. So enough of spruiking for my website. Jared Grasso saying, in the excavator though, you can feel it through the controls when it's hydraulic. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Look, no, you could be right. You could be right, man. Everyone's a little bit different. It depends on what sort of machines you've been operating. Like I jumped in a little Toyota Husky. I was helping out these landscapers, and I jumped in a little Husky, and I was lost. This thing had foot controls and joystick controls. I was so lost in it because I've never really sat in that type of bobcat or posi track, and it took me a long time to get used to it. In fact, if I jump in there now, I'll still be struggling. And then as soon as I jump back in my cat posi track, it just becomes automatically smooth. Everything works, and I don't know, just get used to it. So I suppose it also depends on what you're used to. We got Dylan Wolf. Thank you for joining. Anchor Earthworks, Dwyer Plant and Civil. So I'm really glad a lot of people are logging in. Obviously, this 8 o'clock session is a lot better than doing it earlier. So I'm definitely going to be doing it at 8 o'clock on Sundays from now on. We've got Caleb on here as well on TikTok. So that's on TikTok and Instagram. And also make sure you join me during the weekdays. So a lot of times while I'm working, I'll put the TikTok live stream on. And yeah, people always join me. I enjoy it because it makes my day go a bit quicker. And I enjoy people asking questions, and I can help them out. If I can help out, I help out. If not, other guys are inputting as well. So I like that. That's really good. It makes it like a bit of a community sort of feeling. Make sure you also subscribe. Dylan Wolf, yeah, it's all going good, mate. Thank you. Hope everything's going good with yourself. Hope you've got plenty of work on. I know it's a little bit quiet in Melbourne. I just think that it's going to be tough for a little bit longer. it'll be interesting to see how things go. Um, Somebody was asking me recently what my opinion is on how it's going. I think it's going to be very tough, and it might get tougher, man. Like, as I don't know if you guys are listening to the news, and I do a lot of investing and stuff with properties, so I'm constantly listening to all these investment channels like YouTube and stuff, and guys that mentors. So a lot of guys are saying that, yeah, at the moment inflation has started increasing again. So if that's the case and inflation starts increasing, that means people once again are going to start losing confidence in building, and then that, because they think that automatically that means interest rates are going to continue to go up to try and battle the inflation. So if interest rates go up, people are not going to build. If people aren't building, the civil companies and subdivisions don't have any work because they've got no, developers aren't selling blocks, and it just starts becoming a snowball. And then, like I was saying, even if it does start to get better, even if things do start improving, so inflation starts coming down, then they start talking about reducing rates, and then banks start, dropping interest rates, and people start getting confidence. It's going to be a long time before we start getting more work, because what's going to happen is developers will then say, all right, we're going to start selling more, start releasing more stages again. Then civil companies still have to go in and quote those jobs, or even if they've already quoted them, they're going to take time to actually get established and start working on there. You know what I mean? So then it's going to take a long time for houses to actually get built. So, and then for the guys that work in residential, by the time you go in there and start doing residential work, this could be like another year or two before we see any of this stuff happening. So I reckon we've got another year or so of this downturn to worry about. You can see there's a big rental crisis. There's not enough rental properties. People aren't building. That's just what's happening. So and I know a lot of developers, and they're saying they're not selling. They're just, people aren't buying blocks. People are hesitant to try and spend money. So yeah, we've just got to be really, really careful. I was saying last time, my hat goes off to guys that have got employees. Make sure you've got buffers in place so that, in case your workers aren't working for a while, you've got enough to pay everyone. We just need to all help each other out, you know what I mean? So now's not the time to start ripping each other off either, because, we've got to look at it long term. So don't do silly things and do things that are going to affect you in the long term just to try and get through this, you know what I mean? So help each other out. I've noticed recently some posts of people getting caught dumping, like tip trucks dumping, rubbish and crap material on empty blocks of land. Just be careful with that, guys. Don't take that risk, man. It's not worth it. People have got, so many houses have got cameras now. You've got cameras at the start of each new estate. So I don't know if you've noticed that. If you drive into a new estate these days, the developers have set up cameras at the start of the estate. So when you drive in, if they see you drive in with a full truck and then you're driving out with an empty truck, they're going to know you've just gone in and dumped material on somebody's block, and you're going to get caught. So and then the fines that are involved with that are really, really hefty. I don't know exactly what they are, but I've heard of like $1,000, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 fines. And I know some cocky people have actually said to me, I don't care, man. Like I by not going to the tip that one time, or by not going to the tip all those times, which might have cost them like $350 to $400 a tip if it's all mixed rubbish. If they dump 5-6 loads and then they get caught once, and then you have to pay $1,000 fine, they say, oh well, I'm ahead anyway. It doesn't matter. I paid $1,000 and I've saved and made money anyway because I didn't have to pay for those tips. But then you're on the radar. Like, do you really want to be? You know what I mean? Do you really want to be on the radar? And do you want people, like now on, Facebook and that, people are taking photos of trucks and posting them. Do you really want to have your truck posted up on Facebook and everybody knowing like, oh, there's that guy, man, he's shifty. Watch out for him. Because there won't be long. It's as big as our industry is, it's still a small industry. Everyone knows everyone, and then before you know it, people aren't going to use you anymore because they're going to be like, oh, no, that's that guy, man. He does illegal dumping. Don't worry about it. Don't use him. You know what I mean? So don't put yourself in that situation, man. Just to fix a small problem, you're going to end up making a bigger problem for yourself. So I know that's my word of advice. I know everyone's done stuff. We've all like taken little risks here and there, But yeah, if you're dumping on people's blocks, just also imagine if that was your block. I've had to go and clean people's blocks where someone's had a block of land, someone's just come and dumped a whole truckload of concrete on there, and then the poor guy's calling me to go and come and clean that block for him, so he's got an extra cost. You know what I mean? Or I've even had situations where they're building a house next door, they move and all the material from the side car and that they just throw it into the block next door, and then that poor person's stuck with it. So it's crazy, man. Very, very crazy. Dylan Wolf is asking, how's the factory project going? Looks like a good size. Yeah, no, thank you, man. That project is going well. Project Spalding is a factory. For anyone that doesn't know, I used to have a yard, and that yard was holding all my excavators, trucks and stuff. And then because I started downsizing and selling it all off, I decided to build a warehouse on there. So now as a project, little side project, like I said, I'm into a bit of investing and stuff, or property. I am building a warehouse there. So now the warehouse is going good. Like I was saying, we've got the roof up now. The panels are all up. We've got all the steel work. The mezzanine floor is there. I've got windows on the way, roller door on the way. We're going to start doing the plumbing and the electrical at the front. So for the all the water that comes off the roof, and then I can start doing the actual parking area and then the crossover. So there's a fair bit going on. I've got a chippy coming to start to build the actual office area, and that's it. So it's all happening. But thank you. Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good size factory. It's about 367 square meters on the floor, and it's about 50 square meters in the office. So it'll be about 420 square meters, a good size building for any type of business. So that'll either be up for sale or rent once we finish. So if anyone's looking for a warehouse, make sure you talk to me, because once I put it up with the agents, it'll probably go quick, man. Cooper's saying it's looking good. Thank you, man. Thank you. And a lot of people have asked me, am I going to use that for myself? Even if I had all my machinery in that, I don't think I would, because realistically, all the machines usually sit out on site. When I had trucks, we had to obviously have somewhere to park them. But if I had just machinery, I'd probably still not need an actual warehouse. I don't store any like material. I don't have anything that I need to really store in there. So it wouldn't probably suit me. I don't probably really need it. So for anyone that was asking, I know some people have asked me that. Why don't you just keep it for yourself? I don't really need it unless I start like a different type of business, but I can't see myself doing that. And to do my podcasting and all that, I can do that from either on location or at my studio at home. So there's no need to actually have a warehouse. It would sound cool to say, I've got my own warehouse here, but what for? So yeah, that's that. So thank you. Yes. Thank you, Dylan Wolf. How are we going with time, guys? I think I've got another 10 minutes, yeah? So we've got another 10 minutes. Make sure you are subscribing, guys. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel. So go to Earthworks Hub on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We've got a Facebook group now as well. Go on Spotify for the podcasts as well, and Apple. So if you go to YouTube, you can see two. Sometimes you might think, why has he got the same podcast twice on YouTube? The reason we've got it on there twice is YouTube has its own podcast channel as well. So YouTube has YouTube podcast, but it only gives you audio. So there's no video when you look at it or when you turn it on. So I had to actually do the video version as well separately. So that's why. So if you go just to my video section, you'll see podcast videos, and I've actually included the video, so you can actually watch the interviews as well as listen. Or if you just go to YouTube podcast, then you can only just listen to it. Or if you go to Spotify, you can do both as well, and Apple. Dylan is asking on TikTok here, what is the best first trade? When you say first trade, I wasn't sure what you meant. I'm not sure what you mean by the first trade. You mean first trade to get into before excavating, or the best first trade when building? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Dylan can clarify that question. And Cooper's saying, yeah, he was also wondering why there was two. Yeah. So the reason, if you go on my YouTube and you see my podcasts come up twice, is because one is the YouTube audio version and one is the YouTube with video. So you can pick both alternatives. And I appreciate everyone being on here. I saw Baden on here as well. Baden, good for you. Thanks for joining us. And thank you to everyone that's following me. I can see a lot of people starting to follow, so thank you for that. Thank you for the gifts earlier. We got On-Site Civil on Instagram. What's that? LBO Excavation, A&MC Contracting, A&M Contracting, sorry. So yeah, a fair few people on here. I really appreciate you all coming on and spending your Sunday evening with myself and everybody else on here. Also, while everyone's typing their questions, make sure that you give me some feedback. If you guys want me to, talk about a certain topic, if you want me to talk to a certain person, if you've got questions about something, let me know, because then I can always try and search it up if I'm not sure on the answer. If you want me to do certain material on things, let me know, yeah, because I'm happy to try and help. I want to give you guys the content that you want, so I'm open to your feedback and that. On-Site Civil saying, hey mate, yep, hey, how you going? On-Site Civil Group. Farm Fest. I got a bit of a late invitation, so Farm Fest is on this week in Queensland. Actually, I didn't realize how big that expo is. I'm sort of spewing. I didn't know about it a bit earlier because I could have been up there and done some more content for you guys. I might have to go to that one next year instead, because this week I'll be stuck in that basement. I can't just go. Hello, Grumpy J. Yeah, so I am going to miss out on Farm Fest, but apparently it's one of Queensland's bigger type of expos. So if you guys are in Queensland, yeah, let me know how that went. I think it's going to be wild. It's going to be big. So when they say Farm Fest, people think straight away agricultural, but they do a lot of excavator and earthworks and earth moving stuff as well. So I spoke about the merch, spoke about the website. Oh, new listings. Hang on, let me tell you now. We've had a few listings this week. So like I said earlier, if you have an earthworks business, and it can be anything in earthworks, even if you're an insurance company or if you're an employment agency, if you're a recruitment company that recruits, anything to do with earthworks, or a traffic management company or anything like that, go to earthworkshub.com.au, add your business on that website, and people can find you and use your services. So this week we've had Atlantic Insurance from Victoria. So these guys offer insurance for machinery and equipment. We've had GMA Diesel, which are in Victoria. So that's the old HTG. They've combined with another group. They provide float services. They do diesel mechanic repairs. They do body work and fix like body work and spray paint machinery and a whole bunch of other things. So make sure if you ever need any of their services, GMA Diesel. And then we've got Graham's Earthworks in Picton, New South Wales. We've got a couple of older listings here: 1-800 Hose Van, Adelaide; Spartan Machinery, Queensland; Melbourne Tractors in Victoria; Bris Vegas in Queensland; Earthworks Geelong; Earthforce Excavations, who's on here this evening. So there's a whole bunch of people already on there. There's heaps of people there. R&B Earth Moving, Kensington, ACI Contact, heaps of people on there. There's little machine repairers and on there, diesel mechanics, everything. So make sure you go to earthworkshub.com.au if you need anything to do with earthworks or construction. Harvey Milk is asking, what machines are they in the back? Ooh, do you want me to grab those machines and show you? They're little models. So sometimes machine suppliers or sales guys that I've bought machines from will give me little models as a bit of a thank you, I suppose. And I usually keep them. So there's a few that I haven't got. I can't find them for the life of me. I had some, but I can't find them. But let me grab these ones. I'll show you. Just give me 1 sec, Harvey and the rest of the group. I will show you what I've got. So these two here, I haven't got my headphones on, but bear with me. Look at the hairstyle now from there. But for example, Melbourne Tractors, when I bought my SK210, oh no, yeah, operator grade. If you missed my last week's live, they're all posted up now. So if you go to YouTube or Spotify, I've been posting them all up now. So they're all put up as podcasts. So you can actually go and backtrack and see what you missed. So even this one will be on there in a few days. So make sure you do join and have a look. But for example, so going back to yourself, was it Harvey, yeah? Or was it? Yeah, Harvey Milk. If you have a look, this is a SK 350, but I had an SK 210, and when I bought that, they gave me one of these. And then, remember I was talking before about my SK 135? Yeah, I'll get those other ones too, yeah. I had an SK 135, and then, I'll show you all, even over here. Melbourne Tractors actually went to the all the way to actually putting Eagle One Industries stickers on the actual machine for me. So that's the exact replica of my SK135 that I had. That's, for example, that's those ones. And then this is just my son actually built this. So this is just like a Lego version of an excavator. So my son actually built this. Pretty cool little thing. It actually works. So if I turn this little lever at the back, it actually brings the bucket up and down. So it actually works. And then I've got another lever here that moves the dipper arm. So I don't know if you can see that, but the actual dipper arm goes out. Yeah, pretty cool. So this is actually, my son built that. That's just from like a Lego thing. I don't know what you call that. It's not real Lego, but it's one of those type of things. And then the other one, this one here is just a timber, like one of those little wooden style excavators that you put together. So yeah, no, I've got a few, and I used to have a few. I had a Kubota one somewhere. I had a Kubota. What did I have? I had a Kubota one. I had a Kubota lawnmower or ride-on mower and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know what happened to those. I can't find them. There you go. There you go, guys. So hopefully that's what you wanted to see. There's one more. Hang on. Which one is it? Where am I? Are you talking about the truck? Where have we got? There's one more. Is the excavator at your house? No. No. The trap. Yeah. The truck. Oh, yeah, the truck. That's just a Kenworth. Oh, no, it's not a Kenworth. I think that's like a Peterbilt one. Hang on 1 second. This truck here. Yeah, so this truck is just a like another wooden type little puzzle one that you put together. So my son actually put this one together, and the doors and everything actually work, but it's very fragile. So you can actually open the doors and look inside. Pretty cool little thing, but it does fall apart very, very easy. So there you go. And then, of course, I've got a fan. See that fan up there? That fan. So that fan was from Spartan Machinery. It's like a Chinese fan. What else is there? There's heaps of stuff. I've got a football from Elite. I've got a rugby ball from Command. I've got hats from all the sponsors and from other people. McNaught have given me a few things. I've got some cans of drink from those beer cans are from JR Safety Co. They actually went into partnership with a local craft beer company and gave me a couple of those beers. Very nice. Harvey Milk, does your son have any more Lego sets around you that we could see? Ha ha. Mate, I have millions. He's got cars. He has shelves around the house full of Legos. So if maybe next week, what I can do is actually walk around. I'll get the camera and walk around with it because he has a whole shelf dedicated to Lego, like cars, all types of cars, especially Mustangs. He loves his Mustangs, and there's all types of Lego there. There's Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole bunch, man. Make sure you log in next week, and I'll do that for you guys. Because I'm gonna have to log out in a sec. Um, do you have jumpers? No, I don't give away the jumpers, operator grade, but you can buy them if you go to earthworkshub.com.au. So go to my website, earthworkshub.com.au. Go to shop, and in that shop you can buy hoodies like this. So this is a hoodie jumper, yep. And then this hoodie as well. Give me one sec. I'll turn around so you can see it. Yeah, this hoodie has Earthworks Hub on the back and on the front. So, yeah, this hoodie is available at the shop on Earthworks Hub, and t-shirts. And there's some of the t-shirts you can order with all the sponsors on the back as well if you want. So, you got options there. All right. So it is basically time. I've spoken so much. I haven't even finished my drink. How bad is that? Usually I finish it quick. Yeah. So, yeah, you can go on and buy merch on there, and shortly you will see other stuff. I'm trying to get beanies and hats, but like I was saying, I can't figure out how to get an embroidery file because they won't let me do like a printed hat or a printed beanie. It has to be embroidery, and for some reason it's not cooperating. Guys, I really appreciate you coming on and joining me on this Sunday evening. For the guys that regularly join, thank you again. And for the guys also that regularly join during the week, I'll continue those. Like I said, I am going to be looking at moving my 5-tonner on and then just doing more freelance operating and then freeing myself up to give you guys more content and doing a lot more podcasts. Keep an eye out for more podcasts to come shortly. There's going to be some amazing people that I talk to. I think you guys will be wrapped with those. Go to YouTube, follow me, subscribe, and like. Go to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify to look at some more podcast stuff, or Apple if you don't have Spotify. Yeah, keep an eye out for all my stuff. Earthworks Hub, list your business. So if you have a civil company or anything to do with earthworks or anything to do with construction, I've even got guys on there with scaffolding and that. So make sure you go on earthworkshub.com.au, list your business on there so people can ring you and use your business and use your services. Especially in these quieter times, the pricing for the plans on there, cheap as, man. Like for $15 a whole year at the moment, $15 a year, you can put your business on that list and people can find you. That's all going to go up after June. So I'm going to put the prices up a little bit after June. So if you want to get in early, go before the end of the financial year and make sure you list your business so that we can find your services and use them. So let's help each other out, you know. And Cooper's saying, keep doing what you're doing. Love the content. Thank you so much, man. I really love it when I get positive feedback. I know I'm going to have trolls. I've had a few trollers come on and talk a bit of junk. But for all the people that are genuine and are happy with what I'm doing and give me good feedback, I really love that. Thank you so much. It keeps me going. And yeah, I'm going to try and give you guys as much information and share as much knowledge as I can and try and get all the other guys in the industry to come on and talk about their experiences and share everything so that we can all help each other, because that's what I'm trying to achieve. I know it's a tough industry, so if we can help each other, why not, man? And also, like I was saying, if you can list your businesses on the website, everyone can use your services and call each other. So that's the whole point of everything. So, Dirt Mafia's on. Thank you as well for joining. I am at the end of this. I've gone over 1 hour. Sorry, guys. I apologize for being a couple of minutes late too today. But yeah, keep watching me during the week. Look out for my lives, especially on TikTok mainly. Like I said, for the Instagram only guys, so whoever only just has Instagram, I do get a lot more views on TikTok, so that's why I've been just focusing more on that. So yeah, keep an eye out on TikTok during the week. Otherwise, thank you very much. Make sure you join me next Sunday as well, and I will try and show you my son's Lego collection. And we will talk more. Thank you very much for joining. Have a good week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.